guys, welcome to our channel Journey to Minimalism. I'm Virve and this is my husband Peter.
Hi guys.
And today we would like to do a video for you about our decluttering process. Specifically how we try to declutter in a responsible manner. YouTube is really full of all these decluttering videos, how to get rid of basically everything. And that was not really the hardest part, how you get rid of things, because like from that you get so many advices how to decide what to keep, what to toss. But what we really felt was the most important part, that how you declutter things, because really often you get so carried away and you're just like, okay, I will get rid of this, I will get rid of that, oh this is so exciting, I'm gonna get rid of everything, and you don't really pay attention what you do with the things after that. It's not necessarily that responsible just to get rid of everything just for the sakes of getting rid of them.
So what we did was taking advantage of Facebook groups where people are selling stuff or giving away stuff. And then we posted items either for a good price or even for free if people came and picked them up at our home.
I did not really enjoy the thought of having random people coming to my home, but I think that is like the part that most people think that, but it's so much work that like you need to like post your announcements in there, and then you need to like coordinate the time when those people can come and everything. And I think that is kind of like what people think, that no, I'd rather keep the excess stuff in my attic. It's easy to have it in there instead of like really trying to get rid of it, because it's actually hard work. I must say there was.
Not really.
Yeah, because like at some point then I was like selling...
I thought it was pretty easy.
Yeah, but you're the social Swedish person who likes to meet people. For me it was sincerely horrible. So, but like for example, then you need to put that effort, and also the other part of effort was that then we don't own a car, so we really needed to rent a car and like sort out a bit that which parts we were going to take to the donation store, which are like really in okay condition, and then we needed to figure out where is the closest recycling place. Like of course we do recycle our everyday things like cardboard and such. When you have all that like electronic waste, where you put that. We had some old wooden pallets in our attic, and like that kind of like really random things that without a car is actually pretty hard, and it really takes time to get rid of that. You see people who are tossing things in the side of the road, or really often like even to the like when you have these common garbage assortment stations in a building, and people just throw in there like, okay, here's my old microwave, I will just place it here. And like we really
don't do that.
No, don't do that. So we were trying to do it in as responsible way as possible, and it was quite challenging with certain kind of things, I think, but it was really worth it, because then you can actually feel good about the whole process after that. But because we wanted to be also responsible, I think it's like really important that you necessarily do not want to throw everything away just because you do not need them at that point.
So what we did was that we didn't get rid of everything just for the sake of getting rid of it. So things that were still in good condition and still useful, we opted to keep and use them until they broke or were not usable anymore, like clothing.
Yeah.
And stockings. You had a lot of stockings.
Yeah, I personally had like way too many pairs of stockings, but us women, we know stockings get broken, so it's kind of pointless for us just to throw them away just because I want to be a minimalistic person, and then eventually you anyways need to buy them again. So we really wanted to avoid all that kind of things. So it feels that once you get excited about minimalism and you feel like, I think really often people just feel that it's all about the stuff, which is not actually just only about, but that's like the most like concrete example of things that people think that minimalism is about, and then people get really excited about it. Then you tend sometimes to do kind of even like stupid decisions of like throwing things away just because you think that you cannot be a minimalist if you own 40 pairs of socks, for example, which is like of course not true. We spent a little more than a month with like different parts of the process. So we were decluttering and then getting rid of things and driving them to the donation place with a car and to the recycling. But I think I needed to set myself a date that how long I can keep doing that. Because once you get so excited with the decluttering, you see all, like everywhere in the home you can see things that, oh, this we could get rid of, oh, this we could get rid of. After this certain date, I really stop playing with these thoughts. Then I'm in an optimal situation, and then I will just enjoy of all the things that I have. I think that if the whole point of minimalism is that you get rid of things that do not really bring you joy or do not make you feel that they're beneficial, so if that kind of makes you free, so if you start then to really like focus on that, okay, like even like obsess with things, like what could I get rid of now? What could I get rid of now? Your things are not really making you feel free. You're just like tied with a new obsession. I feel that once you get the decluttering process kind of like done, relax, chill. We were having like 4 months of this relaxed, chill time when we were just enjoying it. And 4 months later, I thought that I will set myself a challenge that if I can declutter 500 things from like my personal things, and I thought that that would be impossible. Like really, I really sincerely went through every single thing. And the funny part was that when I started to really go through my things, the things that 4 months before I had thought that these are absolutely necessities and I really, really need to have this, I was just looking at them and it's like, why on earth have I thought that I would really need all these? Like they were really ridiculous things. I really learned that your mind can really change. The things that I thought last week are absolutely necessities and I really, really need to keep them. On a following week, I can see it in totally different light. But to be honest, I think like the whole physical decluttering part, that has been basically my project. Peter has been like really following with it. He has got also interested in, and we have been discovering a lot of unopened boxes that have been following him for like 10 years or something.
Yeah. More than 10 years, ever since I moved from home.
It's been a bit more for me, but he has also got excited about it. And I think that is also the important thing, that once you get so carried away with the whole minimalism thought, you really easily start to push it to other people. They're like, oh, you should also, like, why don't you go through your things? Why don't you go through your things? And then
it's a very natural thing to do when you get excited about something, that you try to, even if you don't see it yourself as pushing, you just want to share your excitement with someone.
I think it's extremely important that you do it via showing the example, because when you just do, and other people, if it's an exciting thing and it benefits you, other people can see it then. So really often I think it's like, okay, so how do I make my husband understand that we need to declutter? And really often I think that probably you don't really need to tell him, just declutter and do not touch his things. I think that is the most horrible thing that you can do to anyone. Like, go through their things, because like the decluttering process is all about what is important to you, and I cannot decide on behalf of anyone else what is important to them. Yeah. I can think that
you had a pretty good tactics with the manuals, right?
Yeah. Peter loves manuals. Oh my god, he's the kind
I read them back to back.
Yeah, because he really needs to know how to use the toothbrush before starting to use it. You know, like you hoarder all these manuals, and it's so nice to have them all, but you never look at them. So then I took all our manuals, I was taking photos of them, I was checking online which one of the manuals are available online, I downloaded them, I made an email file which I sent to myself, which I sent to Peter, which I sent to an extra email address, and basically so that we have all that information. And after I had done that, I showed to Peter, our dear manual lover, that here are all our manuals. Is it okay for you? Do you feel comfortable if I now throw these physical manuals away? And then he was feeling comfortable.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's extremely important to respect the other person when you declutter.
Yeah, for sure. Needs to be a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good idea also, like you mentioned, not to push or try to make someone do something they do not feel like doing. We hope that you got some inspiration from this video and that you got some tips how to declutter, and also remember to try as good as possible to get rid of your things in a responsible way, so that we take care of our planet and our natural environment. Please don't be shy to leave comments in the comment section. If you like this video, remember to give us the thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe also to our channel if you want to follow us on our journey and see more videos. So see you in the next video, and in the meantime, declutter responsibly.
Bye!
Bye!